Welcome back. Fresh outrage is sweeping across Nigeria following yet another deadly massacre in Plateau State, where at least 21 innocent residents were brutally killed in Kawel village, Mushel Kingdom, Boko's local government area. The latest attack reportedly carried out under the cover of darkness, while residents were asleep in their homes, has once again reignited national concerns over the country's worsening security crisis and the continued vulnerability of rural communities to violent attacks. As grieving families begin the painful task of burying their loved ones, another strong voice has joined the growing chorus, demanding urgent action before more innocent Nigerians lose their lives. The Human Rights and Grassroots Development Society, Northwest Chapter, has strongly condemned what it described as a gruesome, senseless, and unacceptable massacre of innocent civilians. The organization said the repeated bloodshed in Plateau State has become a national tragedy that can no longer be treated as routine news. According to the groups, every fresh attack not only destroys families and entire communities, but also weakens public confidence in the ability of authorities to guarantee the most basic responsibility of any government. Speaking through its Northwest coordinator, Hajiya Rukiya Abdulhafiz, the organization expressed deep sadness over what it described as a recurring cycle of violence that has continued to claim innocent lives while leaving behind devastated families, displaced communities, and shattered hopes for lasting peace. The group noted that Plateau State, once celebrated for peaceful coexistence among diverse ethnic and religious communities, has increasingly become associated with repeated attacks, killings, and humanitarian tragedies that continue to stain the country's security record. The rights group observed that the latest attack reportedly occurred when many of the victims were asleep, leaving them with little or no opportunity to escape or defend themselves. According to HRGDS, such attacks demonstrate the urgent need for a more proactive security strategy, capable of detecting threats before they materialize rather than merely responding after innocent lives have already been lost. The organization stressed that repeated condemnation after every attack are no longer enough if they had not followed by concrete security measures capable of preventing future massacres. The latest killings become even more disturbing because they occurred only days after another violent incident in the same Boko's local government area reportedly claimed the life of a traditional ruler. The organization described the close succession of deadly attacks as evidence that criminal elements continue to operate with alarming boldness despite ongoing security operations. According to the groups, this pattern of violence should serve as a wake-up call for both federal and state authorities to reassess existing security strategies and immediately strengthen protection for vulnerable communities. HRGDS extended its heartfelt condolences to the families of those who lost their loved ones during the attack, praying for the peaceful repose of the victims while wishing those injured a speedy recovery. The organization also sympathized with the people of Mushel Kingdom, the government and the people of Plateau State, and every family whose life have been permanently altered by the tragedy. It described the emotional and psychological impact of repeated attacks as devastating, warning that communities cannot continue living under the constant fear of violent assaults. Beyond expressing sympathy, the organization called for immediate and decisive action by security agencies across the country. It urged intelligence services to strengthen information gathering, improve surveillance operations, and establish more effective early warning systems capable of detecting suspicious movements before attacks occur. According to HRGDS, rapid response mechanisms must also be significantly improved to ensure that security personnel can intervene quickly whenever communities come under threats. The organization further insisted that those responsible for carrying out the massacre must be identified, arrested, prosecuted, and punished according to the law. It's one that allowing perpetrators of mass killings to escape justice only encourages further violence while undermining public confidence in Nigerian justice system. The group maintained that accountability remains one of the strongest deterrents against future attacks and called on security agencies to demonstrate that no criminal is above the law. HRGDS also appealed to the federal government, the Plateau state government, traditional rulers, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and community stakeholders to work together in addressing the deeper causes of insecurity. According to the organization, achieving lasting peace requires more than military deployments alone. It called for greater dialogue, reconciliation, community engagement, and trust-building initiatives aimed at reducing tensions and strengthening peace coexistence among different communities. At the same time, the organization urged residents of Plateau State to reject every attempt to fuel reprisals, ethnic profiling, religious hatred, or revenge attacks following the latest massacre. It warned that responding to violence with more violence would only deepen divisions and prolong the cycle of bloodshed. Instead, the group stressed that justice, respect for human dignity, tolerance, and strict adherence to the rule of law remain the only sustainable path towards lasting peace. Reaffirming its commitment to the protection of human rights, the Human Rights and Grassroots Development Society declared that no grievance, disagreements, or perceived injustice can ever justify the unlawful taking of innocent lives. The organization described terrorism, banditry, and violent extremism as direct threats not only to Plateau State, but also to Nigeria's unity, development, and future stability. It therefore called for a united national effort involving governments, security agencies, and ordinary citizens to confront every form of violent criminality threatening communities across the country. Ending its statement with a powerful appeal, HRGDS warned that Nigeria cannot continue to normalize recurring massacres, while innocent families are left to mourn after every attack. According to the organization, every Nigerian deserves the right to live, security, and dignity, regardless of ethnicity, religion, or geographical location. Its message was both urgent and unmistakable. The bloodshed must stop, justice must prevail, and Plateau State must never be allowed to continue bleeding. If you find this report insightful, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more news reports. I'm Chidera Esom. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next report.